Hey everybody, I'm Vlad.
I'm Sarah, and we're the travel media team at Ottawa Tourism.
Yes, and we're so excited to bring to you our first episode of What's Up with Ottawa, which is a podcast where we keep you up to date with all the excitement happening in our lovely capital. Brought to you by
Ottawa Tourism. So Vlad, what's up with Ottawa?
All right, so our very first story of the day, I'm pretty excited about this one, is Escape's new and exciting winter products, the Winter Fat Bike Tours, offers Saturday to Sunday from January to March from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. or by request for any other days. Sarah, have you had the chance to see what the fat bikes look like?
They look amazing.
Yeah.
I haven't had the opportunity to go on one yet, but I am coming, Escape Bicycle Tours. Watch out for me. I'm coming. I'm going to rent a bike. We'll get a tour done, and
Absolutely.
it's going to be so fun.
Now, have you ever biked during the winter before? Is that something that you've done before?
I haven't. I'm usually a summer lover, but I've done the tours in the summertime with Escape Bicycle Tours. Took the e-bike rental.
Cool.
So fun.
Cool.
It was a wonderful experience. And the amount of ground that you cover since you've got that little battery on your bike, a lot of fun. So
Definitely a lot of fun for people who are fans of any sort of physical activities, outdoors activities, and all that kind of stuff. And it's kind of a cool experience, to be biking in the winter. And again, they look pretty cool.
Yes.
They look pretty cool. So
Absolutely.
I definitely want to take a couple pictures of myself on those bikes and experience that for myself.
well, there's lots to do here this
Absolutely.
winter, and that's why we're here to talk
That's
about
why
it.
we're here.
And actually, our next guest that's coming in, she's coming from the Canadian Museum of Nature,
Yes.
and we'll cut to that shortly.
All right.
Welcome to our segment, What Else is Good? So our very first guest is Kasia Majewski from the Canadian Museum of Nature. Welcome, Kasia.
Thanks so much for having me, Sarah.
Pleasure. So can you tell us a little bit about the museum for our viewers that may not know what the Museum of Nature is or does?
Sure. So the Canadian Museum of Nature is Canada's first purpose-built museum. It was built as a beautiful castle in the baronial style and opened in 1912.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been around for a little while. But we always have something new, which I'll tell you about soon.
Okay.
Inside the museum, we've got 7 permanent galleries and a host of other exhibitions. And we like to say it's a great building in which to see Canada all in one place, from mammals to the Arctic. We've definitely got a bit of everything for people who love natural science, natural history, or nature.
Yes, one of my favorites, definitely, and a National Museum of Canada. So we're going to jump right into what's going on at the museum. So why don't we talk about Winterlude a little bit, since it's about to open.
Yeah, I mean, we've always got new things going on, so there's never a dull moment. And during Winterlude, you're going to be able to find us up here on Spark Street. We're also going to be having a beautiful ice sculpture of a dinosaur, Edmontosaurus.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and a super fun activity for adults and kids alike, where you can try your hand at being an ice sculptor in our annual ice dig.
So fun.
You get a chisel, dig in the ice, and you might get a little prize if you're lucky.
Very cool. You'll want to check it out. Yeah. Okay, and next up we have Nature Nocturne. There's a new season among us.
There is. So for those that are adults and want to experience the museum in a new way, Nature Nocturne is our adult after-hours soiree. There's bars, there's dancing, there's exclusive activities and performances in each of the galleries.
Okay.
And it only happens 4 times per year.
Okay.
We're always sold out. So actually the next Nocturne, which is the last one of this season, is going to be happening January 26th on the theme of glow.
Ooh, get on those tickets.
But you can't get tickets because we're sold out.
Oh, wow. Wow. Well, we'll have to look forward to the next one.
Yeah, so we'll be revealing the details in February.
Okay.
We like to say it's Ottawa's coolest night out. It is sort of become an incredible staple of the after-hours Ottawa entertainment scene.
Nice.
So we do recommend it for sure for people who are looking that kind of different museum experience.
Awesome. Okay. And then you have a new exhibit opening in March.
We do. So our upcoming special exhibition is going to be called Bug Adventure. This is a very just incredible exhibition. It's coming to us from the Te Papa Museum in New Zealand. And the super kind of wow factor in this one, among many, is actually it was produced in partnership with some of the folks that do the special effects for Avatar and Lord of the Rings.
That's fantastic.
That's Weta Workshop also in New Zealand. So this is such a hard one for me to even tell everybody about, but there's sounds, there's lights, there's experiences. It is just an incredible journey into the world of insects.
Sounds phenomenal. Awesome. Well, that's amazing. And there's never a shortage of fun things to do at the museum. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so I mentioned we have our signature galleries, but within those we have a lot of really fun and exciting things for young and old alike. So right now we do have our exhibition on owls, and that's outside on the museum plaza. There's live owls and a bald eagle. It's really an amazing chance to get up close to these majestic creatures. They are all animals that were born in captivity or were rescued. Now that exhibition is only open until April 1st, so people definitely want to hurry in to see that.
Absolutely.
Within our water gallery, we have a great touch tank, and that is usually open weekends and often Thursday evenings as well. And you can actually work with our programming staff to reach in and have a chance to touch a little sea cucumber, a little sea star, and learn about some of those really interesting and funky looking creatures that you usually see on the ocean floor.
That's amazing.
So and we have really things that change and evolve all the time. So we always say come back soon because our galleries are always changing. Like we're honestly opening, something, 1 or 2 large or small exhibits per year that are new. So definitely always something different.
That's great. Well, Kasia, thank you so much for joining us. It's been wonderful to talk to you. Recommend that everyone go out and check out the Canadian Museum of Nature, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Well, that was a great conversation. You heard us?
Yes, but I hate bugs.
Well, it sounds like we have another really special guest coming in today.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, just wait because there's more. And here to talk about more is the chair of the Ottawa Tourism Board and co-owner of C'est Bon Ottawa, Stéphanie Siska. How are you?
I'm very good. Merci de m'avoir invité.
Ça fait vraiment plaisir. Ça fait vraiment plaisir. So for people who don't know, obviously that's the reason why we're doing this podcast. There's so much happening in our lovely capital. Things that I'm excited to talk about, and I want to get your opinion on a couple of those things.
Sure, sounds good.
For starters, we get to celebrate Black History Month in Ottawa in a very big way. We're supporting a lot of Black businesses. There's a lot of events happening throughout the capital as well. The Canadian Culinary Championship is taking place from February 2nd to February 3rd.
Personal favorite of mine.
Favorite of yours. We'll dive into why that is. And then there's also Winterlude taking place. Let's start with those 3 points first. Why are you excited for those activities or those events taking place, and which one are you looking forward to the most?
Yeah, February is a great month. It's a great month in the capital. It's a great month just generally for all the activities.
Yeah.
So many wonderful businesses, Black, Indigenous-owned businesses as well that we love to champion this time of year. The Canadian Culinary Championships in themselves. Personal favorite because my heart is in the culinary world.
Yeah.
So, but we have a lot of celebrations to do there because this is the top competition in Canada for chefs, and it's a recognition of sort to be part of the competition.
Absolutely.
But it's also because Ottawa is the city that's won the most times of this competition. So we have a lot at stake, and we have a lot to be so thrilled about our wonderful culinary, chefs and teams that come and not only compete, but are in this actual city of ours. So lots of great things there.
Speaking of the culinary side of it, can you tell them a little bit about C'est Bon and why they should book a C'est Bon food tour when they come into Ottawa?
For sure. Well, we love and are passionate about all of the restaurants and other food businesses, artisans that we have in the region. So that's what C'est Bon Ottawa champions. We do walking and in the fairer times, biking experiences where you eat your way through a neighborhood.
Yeah.
And it's really to highlight the best of what we have, but also the places where people like to gather, the community that's part of the culinary experience. So any time of year, and it is important to support local businesses, and that's what we like to do outside of obviously our own. And then Winterlude is always a place to come and pick up a wonderful experience.
Yeah.
You know, on the culinary side or any other side with or food tours and other experiences. Winterlude, so excited always to have that celebration around
Absolutely.
the city.
I like how you said that, eating your way through a neighborhood. That's a cool way to discover a neighborhood. And speaking of Winterlude, some exciting news. The Rideau Canal is now open for all the fans of anybody who likes to skate and who want to learn how to skate. It's a pretty cool time to do that. And with Winterlude coming up, you know, the Winterlude Triathlon is coming up as well. Then there's Rideau Hall's Winter Celebration also taking place on February 3rd. For fans of music too, have you ever been to a Chamberfest concert?
I haven't as of recent, so I think
missing
there's
out.
definitely some catch up to do, and there are many wonderful, you know, musical experiences that can be had in the city, in the capital.
Yeah.
And it's the opportunity to take advantage of moments like that.
Absolutely.
Are just nuggets, really great nuggets.
Absolutely. Chamberfest, which is something I've had the chance to discover for the first time last year. A very sort of like unique take on someone like on classic music and how it's been experience as well. So it's definitely something to, it's not the orchestra, it's literally something very unique. So for the people who haven't had a chance to, you know, attend a Chamberfest concert before, there's a series happening on February 13th, February 27th, March 4th, and April 2nd as well, and even past that too. Et un autre événement à ne pas manquer, c'est le festival Sigouane qui va se dérouler à la ferme Majewski pendant le printemps 2024, un festival authentique, autochtone, qui supporte nos communautés autochtones au travers de plusieurs activités qui seront disponibles à la ferme Majewski. Stéphanie, est-ce que c'est quelque chose qui t'excite, qui te passionne?
Super. La ferme Majewski, juste en général, comme site qu'on peut visiter à n'importe quel temps de l'année, c'est quelque chose de vraiment spécial dans notre région. Je dirais non seulement pour le festival et les moments de célébration, je devrais dire, mais c'est vraiment un endroit à visiter en tout temps, vraiment.
Certainement, certainement. J'ai pas eu la chance d'aller au festival Sigouane encore, mais c'est quelque chose que cette année, je compte définitivement avoir la chance d'en faire l'expérience moi-même.
Absolument.
Holy wow.
Uh-huh.
So much stuff happening in Ottawa
Yep.
over the winter and coming into the spring.
I'm pretty excited about that.
Yes, so I guess that concludes our English version of the podcast. So make sure you sign up for the podcast updates as well as subscribe to the podcast. And you're going to want to check out ottawatourism.ca for all the great stuff that happens in our fair city. And
Stay tuned for our post segments. C'est comment Ottawa. See you next time. Alors, merci de vous être joints à nous pour notre premier épisode de What's Up with Ottawa. Et voici vos résumés francophones. C'est comment Ottawa? Alors, en tout premier lieu, nous avons eu la chance de parler des nouveaux vélos d'hiver, Fatback Rental Store, qui vous permettront de faire du vélo sur des vélos spécialisés en hiver dans notre belle capitale d'Ottawa. Nous avons également reçu comme invité Kasia du Musée canadien de la nature, qui nous a fait part des activités à venir cet hiver à Ottawa, au Musée canadien de la nature, incluant Nature Nocturne, qui est un événement tellement excitant auquel j'ai tellement hâte de participer moi-même. Et finalement, nous avons la chance de parler à Stéphanie Siska, qui est également la copropriétaire de C'est bon Ottawa. Et nous avons parlé de tous les événements à venir, incluant les célébrations du mois d'Histoire des Noirs, le championnat culinaire canadien, le bal des neiges qui s'en vient également, le festival Sigouane à la ferme Majewski et tellement d'autres choses encore pour lesquelles nous sommes tellement excités et nous avons tellement hâte que vous venez en faire l'expérience avec nous lorsque vous visitez Ottawa. Encore une fois, merci beaucoup. À la prochaine.